Hello, I'm the Anime Viewer 66, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 2016 Anime Awards by Crunchyroll. This is the first year Crunchyroll is doing this awards thing, and I think it's pretty cool, giving anime and different sorts of genres within anime their own recognition. I will say that I think they did a very good job with selecting the different categories, that there is a wide variety of them, including comedy, action, romance, all sorts of different genres of anime that are being represented here. Something I think they didn't do so well, however, is having an abundance of anime to choose from. They really narrowed their choices down to just a few shows. And while that is expected for awards, it continues over various different categories where you keep seeing shows repeat themselves over and over again. Just something they could look at and maybe improve next year. But I will have a link in the description below so that you can go down there and vote for the awards that you think that the anime deserves. I'm going to be going over the different animes that I'm going to be voting for because I'm not going to vote in every category because there are some categories that I don't really think is that interesting, like the best ending in anime. I don't really listen to the ending songs ever, so yeah, I'm not going to vote in that one. But, to each their own. And please tell me down below in the description what animes you're going to be voting on and which ones you think deserve what category and whatnot. This will be going on from the 3rd to the 10th, I believe, is the time you have to vote, and then they'll announce the winners and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. We start off with the biggest category, Anime of the Year. Now, I think the winner of this one will more than likely not be the one I pick, but hey, you never know. The one I think that should win is, of course, Yuri on Ice. Now, I do plan to do a review of this show later on to go in exactly detail of how much I love this show, but for now, I'll just leave you with that it is an amazingly well animated show with great character development and a loving romance. Next up is Hero of the Year, and of course, I think we all know who's probably going to win this one, Deku. Now, you could argue of the different choices they have that maybe some others are more powerful or skilled or whatever, but let's be honest, if anyone deserves the title of a hero, it's definitely Deku. And of course, to go along with the last one, this will be Best Fight of the Year. And I think the one that they, at least out of the ones they've given us to choose from, Deku versus Bakugo is definitely the most interesting, considering that the story at hand actually involved a sort of mock battle, as it were. They were really fighting each other, but it was in a sort of training simulation type thing, where a lot more elements took to the battle than just one person punches another. There was strategy involved, there was planning, there was an overarching story that was taking place why the fight was going on, and I think out of all the options, it was the best. Next up is Best Animation. Now, this one I'm going to say that probably Flip Floppers will win, or Yuri on Ice, but I'm giving it the edge to Flip Floppers. Even though I've only seen 4 episodes of Flip Floppers up to this point, the animation they can do in that is just wild. Like crazy wild, and I love it. It really depends to what you prefer in animation. If you're preferring the more realistic approach, then Yuri on Ice will probably give you more of that. But if you're wanting the whacked out crazy visuals, Flip Floppers is probably going to be more your speed, and I'm thinking that Flip Floppers will probably win it in the end. Next up is Best Couple, and I think this one is the one that's going to get all of the yaoi fangirls out to go vote in droves. Of course, I think the one that's going to win is Yuri on Ice. As I said before, I'm going to be reviewing this show later on, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, just obviously enough to say that this show is amazing, and the couple is both adorable and incredibly awesome. Next up, there's a bit of a tie in the action category between My Hero Academia and Drifters. It really depends on what you like better as far as the whole action genre goes. With My Hero Academia, you have the fun explosions everywhere, throwing, lasers, ice powers, all these different sorts of things, just really cool superhero abilities. And with Drifters, you have samurai slaying, blood gushing, all sorts of amazing sorts of things like that. Seeing how it is a spiritual successor to Hellsing Ultimate, you can definitely see how that goes. And it really depends on your taste, really. I give the slight edge to Drifters just because that's what I like a bit more, but it's a matter of perspective, really. Last but certainly not least is the best opening, which I give to Yuri on Ice with their song Born to Make History. The song itself actually plays to Yuri, the character, because it starts out very slow and somber, but builds as it goes along until it gets loud and you start to get your blood pumping and you start to feel that sort of energy that comes from listening to a really energetic song. Yuri, throughout his character development throughout the show, goes through a similar thing. He starts out not really believing in himself, being sort of down and about, but as the story goes on, he raises himself up, and the song does the same. So I think it matches very well, and I think that it deserves the best song of the year, at least for openings. With all that said, now I want to hear from you. Tell me what you thought about all this in the description below. I am the Anime Viewer 66. Thank you, and good night.